Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you, the beautiful viewer, and the energy frequency in which you are vibrating. So I'll be doing a different reading for you guys today. I've never done one of these before, but definitely inspired to take a look at what Spirit wants to communicate for you. We'll be taking a look at your spirit, mind, body. All right, and we'll be looking at current state, and then we'll be taking a look at future state. So any sort of advantages, any sort of challenges, any sort of hidden information, kind of what's going on, and then if Spirit wants to share with us future state in regards to what's shifted, and maybe provide some guidance along the way to make necessary changes, adjustments, or what you can maintain in a healthy way to continue doing whatever it is that's working for you. So super excited to take a look at this message from Spirit. I want to thank you guys for being here. You guys are most welcome here in this safe place. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. I appreciate both of you guys, and of course the viewer here. If you're new to this channel, consider liking, subscribing, and I would certainly love to keep you here. So 2 piles today to choose from. We have the Crystal Tarot here by Elizabeth Treverson. And we have the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krenz. So beautiful decks, very deep. Can't go wrong with either of them. So feel free to pause the video, and then I will put the deck selection in the timestamps. Will be in the description box below, and also in the pinned comment. I will see you there. Hello, beautiful pile 1 Crystal Tarot group. You picked this beautiful deck. Cannot wait to get into your reading. We will be taking a look at your spirit, mind, body, current and future state. But first we'll start with the current state so that you know that this indeed is your reading. And we will start with spirit. Then we'll go into mind, and then we'll go into body, and whatever Spirit wants to show us. Any sort of advantages you may have in that realm, any sort of challenges or blind spots, or whatever else Spirit wants to communicate to you. So I'm super excited to get into this, Spirit. Thank you so much for this reading. Pile number 1, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm so blessed, so grateful. So we're starting with Spirit here. We have strength. We have the King of Wands. And we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, let's go 2 and then 1 here. So we have Death in reverse. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and one more. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so this is Spirit. Beautiful pile number 1. Wow. So how many major arcanas do we have? We have 3 very powerful major arcanas here, with the strength, the death, and the High Priestess. Now, I see that the strength is in the upright position, which to me is quite remarkable, because I feel like despite a lot of what has been thrown to you and what is unknown to you, of where you're walking into, it's almost like a cave. It's almost like spiritually you're not quite sure what is coming in, what sort of downloads you're getting, what sort of mission or lesson or gains or future potentials are coming in from you, just trusting in yourself, in going with the flow of what's happening. I feel like you're really trying to stay in control of this process. But I feel like at some point, and maybe currently, you guys will know, you guys have been resisting going, allowing the spiritual transformation to completely take its hold on you. And I don't feel like you guys are in that state anymore, even though we are doing current state. I feel like Spirit's telling me this so that you guys can resonate with whatever I'm about to say here. I feel like spiritually, you guys have gone through such a huge transformation, and initially I feel as though there was a lot of resistance into the unknown, into a scary part of yourself that you, like I said, didn't really know where it was all leading to. And I feel like a lot of this experience left you feeling quite outcast, feeling quite left out, feeling quite like there was no one who understood, anywhere to turn to. And you guys might have physically lost a lot of relationships, jobs, people, physical items in your life that I feel like maybe you hung on to for some bits. You've had to detach and let go and release and accept the changes as they were happening. But I feel like you guys have been trying to really navigate through this. And I feel like current state right now, I feel like you guys are embracing the fact that you're able to get through this, and that you have the courage and the confidence to get through a spiritual ascension throughout what it is that you're learning from this experience. And I feel like you've almost stopped maybe trying to stop trying to pour into areas here where I feel weren't rewarding for you, weren't contributing to how you felt spiritually. I feel as though there is this not knowing where you're still going spiritually, and this not knowing what releasing detachments and stopping investments in areas of your life is going to bring. But you are more than willing to face this challenge that you feel like you are being asked to by Spirit to do, to disconnect from anything that's not bringing you pleasure. And I feel like doing that in itself is bringing you a sense of pleasure and pulling you out of a state of feeling out in the cold, feeling feeling lack. I feel like this is definitely helping, because now you are accepting this challenge. And I feel like I don't ever feel like you shied away from what was being requested of you. I do feel though that there was some resistance to detaching of ego, detaching of identity, and just whatever sort of attachments that you have made here. I feel like there's so much that you don't know, and that you feel like you haven't quite even started tapping into this spiritual surprise, because you've been really trying to deal with the physical side so much, or at least aligning with what needs to happen physically. So I think you've reached the point where you've been able to let go, detach, surrender to the process of what you're going through here. And I think this hasn't been till recently. So I feel like now you're kind of excited and wanting to face what's next. Like, what comes after this? What comes after this? You're like, okay, Spirit, like, I'm ready to face this. I've stopped putting energy and time into useless relationships or situations or jobs or yeah, like physically showing up in areas that were no longer aligned with what you were supposed to be doing here spiritually. And I feel like, yeah, when you learned to not resist the changes here is when you started to feel like there was hope, like there was confidence was coming back. But we still see the High Priestess in reverse. So I am curious to go layer deeper here and take a look at what this High Priestess energy could be about before we get into your mind. So spiritually, I guess we will see that in your future state. So, well, let's do your future state. Let's do your future state, and then we'll get into your mind and body, because I think I'm feeling that this may be better than what I was intending on doing. All right, so I have a feeling this will be what is kind of behind this High Priestess. So let's see. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. What more, Spirit? Future state. What is hidden behind this High Priestess for pile number 1? We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And one more. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Very interesting energy. A lot of swords and a lot of pentacles. So what this is kind of telling me here, oh, and then we got, yeah, wands as well. But it's kind of, yeah, 2 swords, 2 wands, 2 pentacles. What I'm really feeling here spiritually is that you're still semi removed from emotions here. Not that spiritually, you know, you're going to have to be completely in tune with your emotions, but I feel like, I mean, even here, I don't recall seeing any cups at all. Yeah, I feel like your emotions here are a little bit detached from what you're experiencing on a spiritual level. So I see a mixed bag here. I do see limitations that you're putting on yourself. Either your mind is still getting involved and holding you back. And what you're doing, though, in order to press forward is, despite having limitations, I feel like there's a part of you that still is inspired to explore and move forward and press past these limitations. So I do feel like there is this push-pull type thing, but it allows you to consistently move throughout this spiritual ascension, if you will, because the Knight of Pentacles is still moving along. But I feel like the push-pull here is your mind, your thoughts, your limiting beliefs that, you know, despite you really being inspired to move forward, you're still in a held back type mental state here. And I feel like the anxiety subsides a bit here from the mental state. But what I feel is it's really tied to the practical world. So I feel like there's a sense of losing physical security, or losing some sort of legacy you've built, or losing some sort of stability in your life here that that is still, I feel like there's still a hanging on to. So there's still a fear of that being completely dropped. So it doesn't allow you to be in a Queen of Wands type energy, which is, I feel in this, for this spiritual reading, it's a full freedom to chase up, or at least be inspired to welcome and embrace your full inspired passion here, because there is a fear still of losing some sort of stability. So you could have been, you know, in a long-term type situation here that you've built for yourself in this physical world, like a career or a home situation or something that you've been relying on here. And I feel like it's still in the Eight of Swords type energy, holding you back from allowing yourself the freedom to break free and chase your inspiration here. So it does move fairly slow. Your growth within this spiritual realm, because until you can embrace this Queen of Wands type energy, which is really chasing up your inspired passions, or again, the Queen of Wands isn't necessarily chase because she draws it in, but she isn't held back by limiting beliefs. She knows what she wants, and she brings it towards her. And she's very confident that if she has something that is stable and long-term, that she could bring this in and not fear moving away from that, if that means her chasing up her dream job or her whatever it is that she's inspired, be it a partnership, be it a relationship, be it a career, be it whatever it may be. So in order to bring it in, she's going to have to address what this Eight of Swords is all about. So let's pull a clarifier and see, what is this Eight of Swords? I have a feeling it does have something to do with the physical long-term stability here of either a job or a relationship that's already invested here. But let's see, what's with this Eight of Swords? What's holding back pile one spiritually from going in the direction of their inspiration? The Tower in reverse. So I feel like you're holding up a situation here that if you were to fully, in your mind, this is kind of your limiting belief, that if you were to release yourself and chase up, or allow yourself to be inspired to bring in whatever desires you truly want, that you would experience a Tower moment for you and people in your life here, which could shake up the foundation of everybody involved. Okay. And people don't like going through Tower moments because it's change, and it is sometimes everything we know has to be flipped on its head. So it's in the reverse because I feel like you are holding up this Tower, and that's your mental belief, is that you have to hold on to something here and prevent it from falling apart, so that people don't experience a Tower moment. So you're kind of sacrificing a part of your ambition and your inspiration, and it also allows you to release some of the anxiety you might be having here, because I feel like if you were to allow this Tower or know the Tower's coming, I feel like you would be in full-blown Nine of Swords anxiety. So I feel like in order to prevent some sort of anxiety here, and keep it together, you are keeping this Tower, and the Tower is usually built on falsities anyway. So the fact that it's clarifying this Eight of Swords, your limiting belief is that this Tower would happen, and that would cause some sort of disruption, and potentially it would, but it shouldn't hold you back, because maybe you're telling yourself some sort of outcome with this Tower would be a bad thing, and maybe the outcome of this Tower falling would actually be a good thing. So let us take a look at what you're actually inspired or wanting here. If you didn't have a Tower holding you back, what would you be driving towards? You'd certainly be this beautiful Queen of Wands. but what would you be driving towards? I feel like it'd be something that you would definitely be dedicated to and committed to. Spirit, please, for pile number 1. What are they wanting to move towards here? Yeah, a new beginning. A new beginning in doing it over. So you go from an Ace of Pentacles to this beautiful 10 of Wands, so, or 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. So for me, like I said, this for all of you guys could be something different, a career, a relationship, but something that you've invested a lot of time, and it took a long time to build. Could be a marriage, family, a relationship, something that has provided you stability here, and you're wanting a do-over. You're wanting a do-over in either that career or either a new home life or a new a do-over here for yourself, but you'd have to experience this Tower. Okay, so now let's take a look at if you, because we know certainly it's holding you back, and if you were to allow this Tower to release, you'd be able to free yourself up for this new beginning. So let's take a look at how can you work towards freeing yourself from this 8 of Swords and allowing this Tower to fall. Spirit, do you have advice for pile number 1? Advice for pile number 1. I mean, sometimes just doing it is what we need to do, but let's see what Spirit wants to communicate that might help towards doing what you need to do here. Spirit says the Empress and the 2 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting something here for you guys about a relationship not working out, and I'm also getting here that the love that you require and desire in full abundance is out there for you. So you're in a state of complacency or boredom in your current state here, which in order to get out of that state, there needs to be a recognition of a partnership that potentially has expired or ended, or it hasn't been providing you with this beautiful Empress energy. This is your energy coming out, your potential of love and full abundance here. So yeah, Spirit is suggesting here that in order for you to move forward here, there has to be a recognition of a partnership that needs to come to an end in order to get you out of this state of complacency or apathy and allow whatever Tower to fall or whatever happens from that state. Because again, this is your limiting belief that something is going to come crumbling down, and we don't really see what the result, aside from you maybe acknowledging where you might need to sever ties of a partnership or relationship here in order for you to get your full abundance here and for you to have your new beginning here. And I do feel like your full potential of this Empress energy is out there. Let's see if we could see a little bit down the road here spiritually for your... Yeah, because, I mean, we weren't seeing any cups here for you guys until we pulled this, which is if you were to allow, you know, this Tower to fall, like for you to go about this. And Spirit is showing everything here to do with feelings. I mean, the Empress is beautiful love energy, cups. So I feel like maybe emotionally you've been really removed and detached, which hasn't allowed your spirit to progress. Spiritually, you've been detached from your emotions, and as we know, spirit, mind, body need to function, you know, and work all in tandem in order for there to be a flow of energy, a healthy flow of energy. So you might be blocked spiritually from your emotions here in order to keep maintaining this Tower, and that seems quite exhausting. Okay, let's see future state of this spiritual growth if you were to allow yourself to do what you need to do here. What is this future state? We see the Queen of Cups, more cups, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and then we see the King of Cups. Look at that, you guys. King and Queen of Cups, divine counterparts. Okay, beautiful. King and Queen of Cups. Now, I feel like what Spirit is saying here, more cups. The Two of Pentacles being in reverse is an end of a going back and forth, of an indecision, of something that, like, see how this Two of Pentacles here, we have the one seed that's like above ground, and then we have the seed that's below the ground here. I feel like there's a lot going on in the subconscious here, that when this Two of Pentacles is in the upright, we're kind of knowing that there's more here, and we're going back and forth. The fact that this Two of Pentacles is in reverse, I feel like what Spirit is saying is once you're able to embrace your full potential here, your full emotional, creative, allow your emotions to be felt and to receive love and not have blocked heart space here, you put an end to the back and forth, and you're no longer waiting for something in your subconscious to come out of this space. You're allowing yourself to fully feel. You're allowing yourself to fully tap into these emotions in a natural way. And I feel like this King of Cups is being blocked from coming towards you, because until you're able to embrace this beautiful Queen of Cups energy and put this, you know, this back and forth, or this acknowledge this hidden subconscious energy to come out in regards to your emotions and how that ties into your spirit, I feel like you are blocking somebody that wants to come in, that wants to share with you a cup of love. And I do feel like these are counterparts that can love each other equally, share love equally, experience love equally. But I do feel it is blocked. Which, I mean, this is like soul food, right? Like spirit's way of saying, in order for your spirit to be kind of at its fullest, we need to acknowledge what's going on in the subconscious, which I feel is really tied to emotions. And having someone come in that allows us to fully represent ourselves in this beautiful Queen of Cups type energy is the missing piece here, that I think is what we were needing here, because we were in a state of apathy and boredom, in a state that I think this relationship just wasn't bringing the cups that we needed. Okay, so spiritually, I feel like there needs to be this sort of a shake up, wake up. So this is what I see spiritually. Let's take a look at mind. Let's take a look at your mind. What's going on in the mind of beautiful pile number 1. So I do see there from Spirit, what the advice was more of an acknowledgement of what's going on subconsciously, which could be tapped into through meditation, through, obviously, I mean, these types of readings. Maybe you start to see things a little differently, or accept things differently. I feel like there's a knowing, obviously, because it's in your subconscious at a deep level, but allowing yourself to tap into that, I feel you'll know how you're supposed to kind of proceed, but there needs to be an acknowledgement of an 8 of Swords and an allowance for the Tower to fall. So Spirit, for mind, for pile number 1, for mind, what is their current state in their mind, their current states, any sort of advantages, challenges, hidden spots for mind, anything you want to share with pile number 1 for their mind. Thank you, spirits. I am so blessed. All right. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. Usually when we have one part of ourselves that's kind of off, like our spirit or mind or body, then we start to experience challenges in other parts of ourself here. So I do see the 5 of Pentacles. I see Judgment. And we see the Queen of Wands. And we see the Moon in reverse. And we see the Hangman, 3 major arcana so far, and one more. And we have the Lovers in reverse. Interesting, 4 major arcana, wow. I can see in the mind, there's a pivotal point right now going on, and I feel like it's coming from Spirit, clearly, because I feel like your mind is having to logically review what is coming through from Spirit, your spirits, and you're having to really be honest with the situation here. We were seeing that unhappiness with the emotional side here, and even in the mind here, I mean, I'm not seeing really any cups. I feel like there's a blockage, probably coming from the body, the heart space, to the spirit when it comes to emotion. So I feel like this judgment is like looking straight at these 5 of Pentacles, because the judgment is really ringing in loud, saying, hey, like your mind saying, hey, look at your state. You know, you're not happy here. You're not happy in this practical world here with the pentacles that you have. It's not leaving you in a state of happiness. You're feeling like something is missing. You're feeling like you're out in the cold. Acknowledge what you've done in the past that's causing you to feel this way, and really think about why, you know, why you're in this state. Again, we're seeing this beautiful Queen of Wands. Some of you guys might be resonating with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, because I do feel like your general nature, I feel, is this beautiful Queen of Wands, and the Empress, of course. That's all the queens in one, capable of love. But I feel like your predominant energy is this fiery queen, who is very confident and very attractive and brings in a lot of power. I feel like she's able to really attain what she desires here, and it could be even more painful here because of the fact that she is not fulfilling a part of her that is that has kind of been watered down, if you will, or been tucked down in the subconscious when it comes to her heart space and her emotions. So I feel like the Moon here is in reverse. So I feel like you are coming into awareness of what you might have been not seeing so clear, or at least there might have been a lot of fear. There might have been some delusion. There might have been a state of not wanting to see, inner subconscious mind. And I feel like you're coming out of that. So I feel like you are dealing with the information now as it's coming to you. I don't feel like you're in a state of being in denial or hiding things maybe you might have once done, but I feel like mentally what you are doing here with this Hangman is potentially making excuses to commit to a situation in which you are not fulfilled. The Hangman in reverse is when we're dedicating and committing ourselves to a situation that isn't fulfilling us, isn't bringing us our potential here. And it could be that we're not being completely, again, with that 8 of Swords, we're seeing spiritually, like with our limiting beliefs, we could be perceiving that this situation is better than having a tower fall. So I might as well stay in my 5 of Pentacles state and kind of play a little bit ignorant. Like I do feel like you're acknowledging what's happened around you and what's happening, but I feel like you're not wanting to act on it so much. I mean, this isn't really actions, but because in the mind, I feel like you're keeping things kind of status quo here with the Hangman in reverse, and there's a need to gain this greater perspective and connect with the crown chakra here so that you can really tap into spirit and what spirit was trying to tell you about your emotions. So here we have the Lovers, and again in reverse, because the Lovers is all about choice, and here we see you know, crown chakra, the sun, clarity. This is fire energy as well. Lots of fire coming out in your card. And I feel like this is the choice, you know, to make that mental decision once we align with spirit, the mental decision to chase up on the lover, chase up on that passion, chase up on that decision, that we have a choice to make here. This in reverse is not allowing ourselves, keeping status quo mentally, will keep us in a state where we're not able to make a choice here to chase up that destined lover, or that person that we feel would make us happier. Or like I said, for some of you guys, if it is a career, it's like the passion. Queen of Cups is all about our creative passions and, you know, what we were put on this earth for. So we're sticking to a career where we're not happy, and we're just kind of not even taking that choice, or at least making that mental choice, where we're not even making that mental decision yet. Because obviously, I mean, once you make a mental decision to move forward, then it is all about taking that step. And I feel like mentally we still haven't made that decision yet, although I feel we're being called to. And the fact that the Judgment is upright, I don't feel like you are fighting it. I feel like you're still reviewing it, but I feel like there's a part of you that is almost denying it in a way that you see it, but it's not, you're not letting it impact you. You're not letting it impact you so much because you probably see that tower falling. So it's not like you're not seeing the facts or what's going on, because the moon is now in reverse. So you're seeing these facts. We have these three reveal themselves. So let's see further information that Spirit wants to reveal here. We have that 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 7 of Swords, and then we have the Magician. So 10 of Pentacles coming out again in reverse, because that's that stability, that's that long-term investment that we made. In reverse, it's like, you know, it's like seeing that tower. It's like seeing that tower, and I feel like right beside the 7 of Swords, you may feel almost like you would be deceiving, or like you're doing something under the radar for almost like you guys, this kind of ties back to a self-worth thing too, because I think some of you guys feel like if you were to follow your emotions, or what would make you happy, you're almost feeling like you'd be slighting someone, or that you'd be deceiving the situation, or you'd be like having to be deceptive or sneak around here to gain what it is that you want. And I feel like what Spirit is really saying is that there is this beautiful Magician card here talking about all the aces here. So this would contribute to you being the master of starting over in your Cups realm, in your Pentacles realm, you know, Swords. This is a new beginning in all areas here with the Magician, and you are able to do this. But I feel like there's some sort of mental, again, because we are in the mind, there's some sort of mental idea you have here that you'd be having to deceive or do this in some sort of deceptive way here, in order to release or detach from this 10 of Pentacles. Now we'll see if we can get some advice here from Spirit. Can we get some advice from Spirit in regards to how can pile number 1 work on turning that Hangman reverse and allow themselves to get to this decision? We have the 2 of Swords, 2 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords, and we also have the 3 of Wands. Still no cups. Funny. So Swords, all about mental, and I feel like this is like a balanced card with the 2 of Swords, because I mean, when we're sitting 2 of Swords, it's not worth swaying one way or another. So I feel like the mind can't really get involved so much. in this type of a decision, okay? I really feel like the mind should not be involved, because I feel what the challenge is here is more about the what's missing emotionally. So I feel like sitting to a swords is kind of where you need to be with your mind. I mean, it's okay if you reviewed information here, but if you're allowing your mind to pull the trigger here, then it's always going to be seeing something as a tower. So the Six of Swords is moving away, you know, moving away from turbulency and mental thoughts that could be causing all sorts of confusion here, or at least keeping you in a state of reverse hangman. Because I did ask, how can you get out of this state of reverse hangman? And Spirit wants you to mentally move away from thought, balance yourself out as in neutral thoughts. Don't lean in one way or another and fuel that or feed that fear, feed that Eight of Swords, and really look to the horizon here with the Three of Wands. Look to what could be for yourself. Look to the passion and the desire of your potential as your future, and consistently, when your mind starts going into past and what could not happen and all the tower and that, what Spirit's saying is shift your mind to looking at the future potential, future what you want for yourself, future ships coming in and future desires here, and just keep shifting your mind in that way, rather than being kind of torn or putting yourself in a conflicting situation mentally, because I feel like you could be in a mental trap, in a mental loop here, which will not allow you to move forward and get on that ship of your future, of where you're needing to go, so that you can choose your passion, choose your desire here. Your with the Lovers, this is, I always feel the Lovers is something destined for us to give of our hearts, and if we don't, it's like we commit ourselves to something that we're not fully happy with. We're committing ourselves to a situation that, if we continue down this path in our next life, we're going to be put in the same situation and faced with the same options and choices again, because we weren't able to really live to our fullest desire here with the Lovers and make this choice. So you're not even getting to this state yet because your mind's blocking it. So we're needing to allow ourselves, when our mind goes here, to take a look at our future state and our future potential. And now let's take a look at body. So be physical body here, and see if that will provide some insight. You might see your heart space here, because I do feel like there's a disconnect from heart space to spirit. And you might want to try like spiritual meditations to connect to your heart space. There's a lot of good meditations, and hopefully I remember after this reading to include a link in my description of connecting to your heart space. I mean, you can use any meditation that works for you, but the more you're able to connect to that space, you know, the more flow you'll have from spirit to heart, and from heart back to spirit. And try to detach your mind from getting involved in that that sort of arena, so that you're able to then act in accordance to your higher self, in accordance to what your subconscious is really needing and desiring here. So yeah, let's look at body. Spirit, can we get current state for pile number 1 for body? Thank you so much, Spirit. All right. So we have the Three of Cups, you guys. Oh my goodness. Heart space. Cups. First one out. Full reading, you guys aren't getting any cups here. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. we have 3 cards coming out. I was intending on pulling 2, but we have the Hangman in reverse, we have the Chariot in reverse, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And let's pull one more here. No, not feeling that one. 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness. Beautiful souls. Okay. So I feel like your body is definitely screaming its desire for full emotional fulfillment here, okay? And I do feel like your block here is in allowing yourself to free yourself, to open up, to experience and either network with other people or expose your vulnerability, to allow yourself to start with the 3 of Cups here. Because in order for you to move into a 10 of Cups, you're needing to, you know, go from a 3 to 4 to 5 to like experience all of the stages of emotional fulfillment here. And I feel like you're kind of stuck in this reverse 3 of Cups, and you've shut people out before they even kind of get in. And subconsciously, I don't know if you know that you're doing that. You probably do, but maybe not the extent of how you're shutting these people out. So I feel like this isn't allowing things to progress. This isn't allowing there to be forward movement. And I mean, both the Chariot and the 8 of Wands in reverse is, you know, is non-movement. This is like, you know, one of the fastest moving cards in the tarot when it's upright, and it's momentum and movement and forward movement. Same with the Chariot. It's momentum and movement and moving victorious through a situation and navigating through. But in reverse, it's like it's stalled, and I feel like lots is trapped in the subconscious here and not allowing oneself to experience a 3 of Cups here fully. Now, I do feel like if you do socialize, because I am getting for a lot of you guys, you are stuck in that socializing surface type relationships, but it doesn't go past that. And for others of you guys, you're just blocked completely from allowing anyone to even get to that state of your networking with your open heart, you know, unless you're talking about like business or something like that has nothing to do with being vulnerable. Then you are able to network and discuss with people and let them in. But if it has to do with your heart space, I feel you shut them out. Now, yeah, surface type relationships, you might be feeling more safe, so you don't go past that. I also feel a lot of you guys might be dealing with dependencies on either drinking or trying to cover this up in some sort of substance. And it doesn't have to be you know, drugs or drinking or that sort of thing, but it could certainly be distracting with whatever, be tarot card readings, or distracting with something that's not allowing this to be addressed, or at least it's a diversion, distraction from having to deal with what's going on here. And I feel like the same Hangman in reverse, it's like we're putting up with or allowing ourselves to commit to settling here in a situation that isn't progressing, it isn't allowing us to move forward, and staying in our comfort zone. Because this 4 of Pentacles in reverse is, you know, a need to let go, a need to release, and we're hanging on to the stability. We're hanging on to what we know to be stable. What we know to be stable is what we're hanging on to and what we're seeing as the thing that we need here. But we're not moving forward, and we're not allowing ourselves to experience a full emotional fulfillment with another. And I feel like this is why we were seeing that Queen and King of Cups, because maybe, I don't even feel you're experiencing a 9 of Cups, to be honest, which is your own personal emotional fulfillment, but your potential is a 10, which is with somebody else here. I feel like there's an ability for you not only to be the Nine of Cups contained here, your own emotional fulfillment, but emotionally fulfill another and be fulfilled with another here. So I feel you're shutting that out. Let's take a look if Spirit wants to give some more information, some more insight in the body here. Spirit, can we get some more for pile number 1 in regards to the body, the suppression here, their heart space? What is going on here? Why are they committing to this sort of a comfort zone, stability, deeper layer here? What's going on? So we have, again, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, that's exactly it. The Two of Swords. Now we're in reverse, and the Lovers coming out again. All tied, like I said, mind, body, spirit, all needs to work together in tandem here. So I feel like you're kind of, maybe your Eight of Swords is telling yourself something that is bad about you wanting to experience a Ten of Cups, or that you're doing something bad or shady, or maybe you're going against something here in a way that you're selfishly doing something for yourself that is shady or selfish or deceptive, or yeah, like you don't feel almost like it's something you're supposed to get for yourself. It's like you feel bad if you were to do that. But I mean, if you feel like you are worthy of this, then there is no need to feel bad about wanting what's rightfully yours. And so I think Spirit is saying again here, you know, with this Two of Swords, like there needs to be an end of indecision here. There needs to be an end of allowing your mind kind of to go back and forth and get in the way here of thinking that there is something that you're telling yourself or believing here that is like you're bad for wanting to choose yourself, to choose the Ten of Cups. And this is a partnership with the Queen and the King of Cups and the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. Like, it's beautiful here, and you are deserving of it, but you might be stuck in that feeling like you're, yeah, like you're bad for wanting it, and so you don't act on it. Let's get advice from Spirit. What do you need to do? What does pile number 1 need to do here then? What is the advice for pile number 1? What do they need to do here? We have the Six of Wands in reverse. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Six of Wands. This is all about us probably having a side of us that might be concerned with perceptions and how we might appear to other people, and also allowing ourselves to not let our ego get in the way. We might feel like if we believe that doing this or choosing this makes us look deceptive or sneaky, or like we're not abiding by some sort of truth, then we start thinking that people will see us kind of in a way that we're losers, or that we lost out on something here, that we're acting in a losing type way. And I don't feel that that is the truth. Here we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and this is like my bitch card, because I feel like the Queen of Swords in reverse is kind of ruthless here. And you know, I feel like you're potentially, what I feel Spirit is saying here is that you're potentially allowing your ego to, or other people's image of you, kind of get in the way of how you're navigating here, which is a ruthless way of cutting off what is rightfully yours here, and having any sort of progression here and attaining what is rightfully yours, and moving forward with progressing practically in a way that's going to bring this to you. So, you know, in order to practically make something happen here in the 3D world, we have to take practical action. And if we don't take action, then we can't make something happen here. We could be in our mind and in our spirits all day long, but if we don't take action and drive forward with what we need to practically do here to make it happen, then it just doesn't come to fruition. And I feel like there is this cutting off of allowing yourself to even try, you know, because of a fear of a loss or out of ego getting in the way here. So just acknowledge that that's kind of what's happening here. So, I mean, this doesn't have to be your pile if you're not resonating, but if you're here this long, then there might be something here you're resonating with. And let's just get an overall here from spirits, whatever spirit wants to communicate, and then we will go into pile number 2. All right, so Spirit, thank you so much for this beautiful reading. For pile number 1, can we get final words, anything else pile number 1 needs to hear that will help? Anything that can help clarify some of the questions they still have after this reading? Sorry guys, this is the first time I've done this reading. I don't know if I'm doing it justice. I don't really know how to explain a lot of what I'm seeing. I could feel it, but I don't think I'm articulating it in the way that might be helpful. So I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. With Spirit, anything further here that will help provide more clarity, last words, takeaways, inspiration, guidance, anything for beautiful pile number 1. We have the Moon in reverse, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hermit. I'm going to pull one more. Actually, I'm feeling this one. So, 9 of Wands. Okay. So, Spirit is certainly saying that, I guess the first step here was whatever was in the subconscious, whatever you're burying down, whatever might have been fearful is now coming to light. Okay, so this is new for you. I think you've experienced this in the last recent little bit, and if you haven't, then this will be coming into your awareness more and more. It'll be getting clearer and clearer, although it is still the moon and not the sun. So I feel like there needs to be further clarity and light shined in this area in your subconscious, despite maybe having fears. Take a look. Okay, and we might not be wanting to take a look, and I think that's what Spirit is saying, is it's slowly coming out because it has to happen. You know, truths generally find a way of coming out. Things in the subconscious that we bury have a way of coming out. The Knight of Swords in reverse, this is us not wanting to think about, not wanting to see, not wanting to challenge yourself to see. So I feel like there's more here to be seen. It's slowly coming out in an organic, natural way, but I feel like it could come out and all be revealed. If we see a sun here, then it comes into a full awareness of it. And I feel like you're maybe stopping or stunting this full awareness of what's buried here in the subconscious. So Spirit is saying we need further reflection here with the Hermit. We need to go inside. We need to ask ourselves, see how he holds this lantern here. He holds the light here, and it's the beautiful star, and the star is our hope or wish. And I feel like, you know, there are hopes, wishes, and desires that you're wanting, and you're hanging on to it. You're not letting go. So ask yourself, you know, if you're really not wanting to move forward, then release whatever you're hanging on to here with your hopes and wishes. No, you're hanging on to it because you know what's rightfully yours is what your desire and your wish is. So you're needing to go inside and start asking yourself questions, start challenging what is still in your subconscious, what is still inside that you might be too scared to come out into the open. And once that's out in the open, then you're able to look at this information and take the next step here, kind of in a step-by-step process. But I feel like maybe you're stunting this, you know, so I feel like there is really no movement here with the 9 of Wands yet, but there's still an ability for you to fight for what you're wanting here, you know, but I do feel like you're kind of stalling, you're kind of blocked right now into seeing this, and whether you're aware of it or not, consciously aware of it or not, I think Spirit is wanting you to be consciously aware that you're not asking yourself this stuff. And the quicker you can uncover and be honest and reveal, you know, what is hidden the sooner you're able to get closer to your dreams, your wishes, and your hopes. But at least uncover that so you're dealing with full truths. And how do you do that? I mean, you got to start really being honest with yourself. And maybe this reading gave you a starting point, you know, that your heart space is kind of blocked here. And you can do meditations to connect your heart to spirit, but ask yourself, are you shutting people out intentionally? And if you're not shutting people out, then, you know, is your heart feel fulfilled, and why not? So that's what I'm seeing here for you guys. Beautiful pile number 1. I hope this helped. This was an interesting reading. Let me know in the comments if it resonated, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, beautiful pile number 2. If you picked the Wild Unknown Tarot, then pile number 2, this is your beautiful reading. We will be taking a look at spirit, mind, and body, and we'll be seeing any sort of advantages, any sort of disadvantages, or hidden spots, or what's going on in the current state compared to future states, and see what spirit wants to share with us. So I'm super excited. 1 was very interesting, although that reading did go very long. Let us ask spirit now, clear and concise, for beautiful pile number 2, about their spirit. What is going on in spirit for pile number 2? Thank you so much, spirit, and thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. So this could be your spiritual awareness. This is just how you connect to spirit and your spiritual side. What is current state? What does spirit want to share with you guys? Beautiful pile number 2 regarding current state. All right, so we have 3 of Swords in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands upright. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. And one more. One more, spirit. We have the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords. Spiritually, your spirit's current state here. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so interesting. I think you guys are in a state of a better place than you've been in the past spiritually. I feel like you guys are, you've gone through some pain. You definitely have. Okay, you might have experienced a very intense spiritual awakening where I feel like you've had to potentially give up or part with a lot and detach from the physical world here. And I feel like where you're at right now is that you have a new inspired drive and wanting to go after and chase after what you want. And, ooh, the helicopter is definitely confirming that. So I feel like there's a new inspiration to chase up what you want. And I feel like that is the main thrust of where you're at spiritually, okay? Spiritually, you are very fired up for what you're learning and what this is meaning to bring in your world, but you don't quite know, based on what I'm seeing here, what is coming. You don't know, but you're very excited and you're very much inspired by this. It is maybe giving you a whole new drive. You're now invigorated to wake up and explore, and there's like the new juices flowing, because I do feel like there's a period here where you were hurt, where you were having to tend to a broken heart, or just even separating from your past state of who you were and what you had to let go of and what you've had to experience, and parting with whatever you had to part with. But I feel like you're at a state right now spiritually where you're not quite yet able to, or know, because it hasn't come to you yet from spirit, how you're going to plant that or bring that from the ethers into this real world. Like, what are you supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to plant? What's this new thing you're supposed to be planting for yourself? But I feel like your world around you has potentially fallen apart, and I feel you've already had your tower moment. I feel like you've retreated wherever you were supposed to. You gave up fighting and resisting and I feel like anything logical that you might have been asking yourself, you've also stopped being in your logical mind and accepting the fact that, you know, not everything is going to make logical sense. You allowed yourself not to give in to your mind so much. You're really inspired to see what's there. Like, I feel like there's this new vigor and it's exciting, although I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's coming from spirit clearly, but I mean, there's nothing yet that's happened. It's like, I just feel like you've been in a state of trying to heal. You've been in a state of the dark, that now it's like I'm ready to get out of the dark. I'm like excited again, although I don't think anything's really happened so much here. I just feel like you were able to check all the boxes that spirit was asking you to do: the detachment, the stop resisting, the let things fall where they may, get out of your mind, and all of that. I feel like you've check, and now you're like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for whatever I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm inspired. You know, so let's take a look. Let's see, you know, what this inspiration is. Spirit, can we see 3 cards here for pile number 2? Like, what is this newfound inspiration that they're having? So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles. This is giving me that same Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So an inability right now to bring into the practical world anything. Like, you haven't really been acting on anything and been able to follow up on anything here, because I don't feel like there's anything to follow up on yet. But let's see. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Yeah, so spiritually, I think that's it. Like, there's just this spark, there's this inspiration, but it's like, in this practical world, I don't think you're able to move forward and plant something here. And maybe there is this back and forth idea of something here. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this, but it could be when we're deciding and going back and forth. And what I'm getting for some of you guys with what Spirit is telling me is you're in a transitionary period right now. So this Ace of Wands might be coming in fluctuations, but you're still experiencing kind of a death, I feel, from this. A death of the letting go, trying to now heal and come out of that heartbreak. So it's kind of this limbo land, if you will, because I think you still experience something very severe here, right? So I feel like it's still unknown to you. It's still unknown. The High Priestess is about, you know, inner subconscious, inner intuition, the voice we can't really hear, we're not really following or listening to, and it's hidden from us. And I feel like it's hidden from you until this healing, until this processing maybe happens, because you're the only one that's able to really get clear as to what are you inspired to do here. But I mean, a little help here, Spirit. Why is there a back and forth? Like, how can this person get inspired here when they've had to release and align themselves in the physical plane here? Like, what is this 2 of Pentacles about? And what is this High Priestess about? What is this High Priestess in reverse about? So we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. So wow, change with the 5s coming out. So I feel like the 5 of Pentacles is talking about us feeling left out in the cold and still feeling like from a place of lack here. And I think the back and forth here is exactly what I said, like glimmers of wanting to start new and have that inspired new beginning, but feeling like maybe we're unable to, or we're in this state of 5 of Pentacles and seeing what we don't have. And we're kind of transitioning, or at least kind of going back and forth here. Now I feel like the High Priestess in reverse is clarified by this 5 of Wands. I feel like this is saying that there is a challenge right now in getting to see what's in the hidden, or what's in our High Priestess. Is like, it'd have to be like a battle of sorts here, because we're still needing to resolve and deal with our energy state here in in a 5 of Pentacles type state. Like, we don't have what we need, or we're missing something that we need here in order to go after, be inspired for something. So there's this conflicted challenge here, but this isn't helping me so much, Spirit. So I want to see a little bit more, and maybe this is clear to you guys, but I feel like I'm more confused than I was. So let's ask for future state. Like, can we get future states for spirits? Like, what do they have to look forward to here with future state in spirits? Future state. Future state, we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. We have the Temperance. Beautiful, beautiful. We have the Three of Swords coming out again in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out again in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Beautiful. And we have the Seven of Swords. All right. Future states. So, what I feel for you guys is that I think you guys are strengthening your own self-love day in and day out by allowing yourself organically to go through this process, okay? Because the Ace of Cups is an emotional new beginning, and it could be one with self, where we're allowing ourselves to feel differently than in the past and give ourselves love where we might have not have been doing that in the past. Temperance is all about the way we're able to bring in and temper certain actions and certain emotions and certain things into our life, where we can integrate it to have a successful flow. So I feel like by you filling your cup, because I feel like this cup is still really dry, and I feel like you're still healing, and I feel like the focus now, what Spirit is saying, is in your future state spiritually. You're having to do whatever it takes to fill your own cup here, have your emotional fulfillment here, and really temper the situation here in a balanced way in order to heal this heart. Although it is healing, it's still here. So Three of Swords here in reverse is still a healing heart. Okay, so I think the more we fill our cup up, the more we heal from this, and then we're able to plant a seed and do something here in this world, or bring whatever we want from the spiritual realm into the 3D realm. But I feel like we're unable to attain planting something here, or start something here, or even go from the Ace to the 10 until this heart is healed. So we're tempering this situation. We're healing. This is a healing card. This is showing a heart healing. Okay, and we want to go from a Ace of Cups to a 10, but in order to do that, we have to have a balanced approach. And I feel like with this Seven of Swords, I mean, this might be you kind of feeling like, this is giving me the same feeling I was getting with pile number 1. It's like maybe you feel almost like your thought is that you're doing something bad, or that you're perceived to be doing something that is selfish or sneaky, or self-deceptive or something here. Let's get a clarifier here for the Seven of Swords. Like, I don't know why this makes you feel Seven of Swords-ish in the spiritual realm, why you've got the Seven of Swords. Judgment. Yeah, it's like you're judging. Oops, this one probably wants to speak too. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So the Judgment card is all about us having to really take all the information here and make an unbiased decision, or an agreement, or an awareness, or a conclusion based on what's happened here. But if we're skewed and seeing things that were bad, or that we're doing things in a selfish way, or we're self-sabotaging ourselves, or acting in a certain way that's not in the up and up, because we feel like that is how we might be perceived, or a thought that we carry that we are this way for whatever reason, then we're not allowing ourselves to have a realization and an awakening and an acceptance that we need to accept the fact that we need full love. We need to temper this. We need to heal our heart in order to plant a seed for us to be able to attain a full emotional fulfillment with another. I mean, a Nine of Cups is our own personal fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. A 10 of Cups is where we're able to come together with another to bring emotional happiness. So I feel like there's something in your needing to come to awareness that you're not bad, and there's no need to self-sabotage or to selflessly put yourself in a situation that you don't need to do here. Because I feel like with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it's like Spirit saying wherever you're investing here, or needing to invest here in order to help heal, you need to be aware of, you need to know whether you're investing in healing your own cup, or are you investing in healing or putting energy into someone else's cup or another situation external to you. Because the energy needs to be focused towards you. You need to receive, you need to temper the situation here so that you're able to fill your cup, so you can bring the right amount of stuff to heal your heart here. Yeah, that's what Spirit's really saying in your spirit. So let's just pull some advice here for you in this Spirit reading before we get into your mind. Spirit, can we get some advice here for beautiful pile number 2? What is the advice here for how they can move forward throughout this period of time? So that was future state. So I do feel like lots of heart healing and need to really focus and giving yourself love. You know, Cup's all about emotion. So we have the 5 of Wands, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hangman. So Spirit's advice here with the Hangman being the only major arcana here, like this is all about us being able to get enlightened and see things from a different perspective. And I think the different perspective here is, where are we challenging? What I feel like we're conflicted, and why are we challenging or battling ourselves in areas maybe where we're getting hung up and not moving forward from states of conflict or states that are challenging mentally for us. We're kind of in a state that's conflicted here, and maybe perpetually staying in a state where there's mental conflict. And I think Spirit wants us to take a look at that and really come to an understanding of, why are we choosing this? Or if we're not choosing it, are we just subconsciously involved in that, but we can take an active decision in moving away from that. But spiritually, I feel like there is a part of you here that is not allowing yourself to move away from a current state that is conflicting, that is causing unhappiness here. And it could be in the mental realm, okay? So I think that maybe mentally you're letting your mind get in the way of you spiritually ascending, of there being your judgment, of you having your enlightenment, because you're mentally probably staying in some sort of a prison, some sort of a situation mentally that's keeping you hostage. It's kind of what I'm feeling, and it's conflicting. Okay, so let's take a look at mind. Spirit, can we take a look at mind for pile number 2? Current state for the mind of pile number 2. So we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. That's what we had for pile number 1 in the body. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And we have Temperance in reverse. And one more card here for mind. And we have the Father of Cups. That's the King of Cups in reverse. So it is interesting here. I think there's something here that we saw there with the 6 of Swords in reverse that you're needing to put an end to. And I think it's something that you might be mentally still hanging on to. And maybe you're dependent on this thought, and maybe you're dependent on yourself kind of being held back in some sort of way and not allowing there to be an ending, or at least you're processing an ending is kind of what I feel. yeah, you're processing an ending here, but I feel like until you're able to really allow yourself to go through whatever this ending is, then you're really not in a position, secure position mentally, I think, to be able to move forward emotionally, physically, spiritually. So this is what I'm seeing here. I see that you, in order for you to balance out a situation and be independently able to press on kind of on your own, there's an ending that you're needing to process and release mentally. And then I feel like you probably need to deal with it emotionally, because I feel like with the Father of Cups here in reverse, this is not allowing oneself to feel, not allowing oneself to emotionally experience something here. It's like blocked emotions. And I do feel here like maybe you're covering up, you know, with over drinking, over partying, or keeping light situations with friends or other surface type relationships in order to keep you proactive with your mind, so you don't have to go there and you don't have to balance things out. But I feel like there is, with the Hierophant in reverse, it's almost like for me, this is all about, you know, some sort of foolish ideology or something we're telling ourselves to be true that makes it more difficult here. I think there's a need to commit to our healing is what I think as well. A need to commit to our healing and our need to see the ending here of something. So let's take a look if we could see some more. Why is this Nine of Pentacles here, Spirit? So we have the World in reverse, needing closure. Definitely putting a cycle behind us here in order for us to be independent from something. So even if you feel you are some independent person, able to be kind of on your own, I feel like with the World in reverse, it's saying the cycle's needing to close out in order for you to really be free of whatever this is here. So let's take a look at the Ten of Swords, this ending here. What does Spirit want to communicate in regards to this ending? We know that this was the cause of the Three of Swords. So why is this Ten of Swords here, and what is it showing? Yeah, this is the page, or sorry, the King of Pentacles. So there was an ending here that might have rocked your stability, you know, something that you were potentially committed to. And now I see it in reverse here with the Hierophant in reverse, but I feel like there still hasn't been closure. So something that you might have been very committed to here, or at least it was providing you some sort of security, stability, something that you were dedicating yourself to. Let's see, why is the Three of Cups here, Spirit? What's with the Three of Cups in reverse? So Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're drowning out, having to deal with this by either, like I said, like covering up with, you know, drinking or distractions or light situations here, because underneath all that, there's this desire to have a new beginning and inspired, like we saw at the beginning of your reading here, this Ace of Wands in your spirituality. You have this zest, this desire to start anew, to chase up something that is bringing you a lot of passion here, but it is being stunted by, I guess, an experience that you've had here. And let's take a look at why the Hierophant here is in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. So there's something about potentially you weren't seeing something clearly here, or you were seeing it in the moonlight, and you might still not be. If the Moon is in reverse, sometimes it can mean heavy illusion here, and that's what I'm getting from the Hierophant in reverse. You're seeing something in the moonlight. You're not seeing something clear here. Something's not clear, and it could be an ideology or something, a value, some way of life that you're seeing as being it, but it's not very clear here, which is not allowing you to bring in the right amount of stuff mentally that you need in order to get closure. So let's see, why is the Temperance in reverse here? What is the Temperance in reverse here? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So yeah, like in order for you to bring healing to yourself and closure here and inspired to have a new beginning, like you're kind of blocked in even moving forward with love, blocked with having creativity here. Because I mean, the King of Cups coming in reverse and now the Knight of Cups, this is like us being blocked in our heart space, not wanting to feel emotions, not wanting to give a cup of love, not wanting to chase up on love here because, you know, mentally we're still processing something and maybe drowning it out. Okay, so let's see if Spirit wants to give some advice here in regards to mind before we get into body. So Spirit, can we get some advice here for beautiful pile number 3? What is the advice here for their mind? How can they shift into getting closure here and allowing themselves to open up to emotions? How do they shift here, the energy? Any advice? So we have now the Daughter of Cups in reverse. So interesting. We have the Son, the Father, and the Daughter. So that's the Page of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And Justice in reverse. Wow. Okay. So I'm getting blocked throat chakra. Give me a second. Very tight. It's almost like Spirit didn't want me to open a can of worms here, but I feel like in order for you to have whatever blessings, especially when it comes to heart space, there's a need to open up the heart, okay? Because the page is all about the beginning stages of opening up our heart, and it is in reverse. So I also feel like there's potentially some sort of an apology here. We were seeing a need for closure and an ending here. So I feel like maybe there's something here about you, maybe, yeah, and we were seeing the Seven of Swords. So maybe there was something that you did here that you don't feel too proud of here with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Justice in reverse. So I feel like there's a need to bring in justice, an apology or something. I mean, obviously, if you don't feel like you need to, then don't. Or maybe you were waiting for one or somebody did something unjust. But I am feeling like this is your energy here, but switch it. And the fact is, there's an apology here because something that was supposed to be done didn't get done. A focus that was supposed to happen here with the Eight of Pentacles just didn't. Like, just it didn't happen here. And it resulted in there being blocked emotions. Someone, and I feel it was you, didn't put in the required practical work in order to allow the emotions to flow. It was kind of stunted. Here is what I feel, and I feel like there was heavy illusion, or at least not seen clearly, and it could very well be out of a commitment to something else, but something that is maybe a foolish commitment. It could be we're foolishly committed to something that is surface, or like our friend network that's like really surface relationships, or partying or drinking or that sort of a thing. And I feel like that could have very well been the cause of an ending here. There is an imbalance. There's a need for closure, a need for apology. Somebody didn't show up here, and there is imbalance here. Okay, so I think what Spirit is saying, because I was asking for advice, is in order for things to come back into balance and justice to be served, we're gonna have to experience whatever karma is. So if we're experiencing this, you know, it is based on our lack of action here. So if we're wanting to right any wrongs, we're needing to apologize where we feel we, you know, we slighted someone, and put in efforts or energy in order to have this justice and have this balanced approach here. But, you know, if it was somebody else and somebody else wasn't showing up here and things were unjust and they just didn't apologize, I think what Spirit is saying is there's a need to release any sort of bad coping mechanisms here that we're dealing with, and see things for what they are and have our own closure. But I don't think that you're the one that Yeah, I think you're the one that needs to apologize is what I'm seeing here, but just take what resonates. Now let's take a look at, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, body. So body, spirits, current, oh, did I even do, sorry, I'm putting that back. If it wants to come out, it can. I don't think I looked at future state for mind, did I? Let's look at future state for mind. Future state. Spirit, can we look at future state for mind? Future state. Sorry, guys. I'm getting lost in these readings. So future state for mind. For beautiful pile number 2. And then we'll look at body. Future state, we have the 4 of Swords. We have the Chariot in reverse. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have Judgment in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse. And one more card. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. All right, so future states. I mean, the only real swords here, which is mental, is this, in the mental realm, is this 4 of Swords. So this is the healing, okay? So I think future state, there is healing. I do see the third eye kind of illuminated here, and I think there's clarity here. This is also crown chakra energy. I feel like there's a illumination here, and maybe we see things now that we didn't see when we were in the moonlight that provides us a healing. There's also a period of break, a period of rest here where we're not moving, because this is non-movement, this is non-movement. Okay, though I do feel like because this is mind, we're going back and forth here. Sorry guys, it's loud out there. So we're going back and forth on something here that we're needing to... I'm just going to close my window. I'll be right back. You can still kind of hear it. But all right, so back and forth in your mind. So maybe there was some indecision in some way here, but I feel like there's still a choice that needs to be made. This is a choice card. This is a choice card. And this is us coming into awareness, you know, and having to have awareness, but us not accepting whatever information we're being faced with, because either we're letting ego get in the way, or we're twisting and contorting information, or choosing to not see it in a way that allows us to have an awakening, a realization, a just conclusion. We might go back into repeating old cycles if we don't acknowledge what we need to acknowledge, our part in the game. And I feel like this blocks there being any sort of decision or movement here. This is also could be, you know, a loss of a partnership here. So we were seeing the 10 of Swords and a heartbreak here. So I do feel like, you know, if there is a desire here to have a partnership here with a lover or something that we absolutely loved and we feel separated from, because I do feel a state of separation here, that there needs to be a choice, a decision in acknowledging and taking a look at the information and becoming aware of our own role and what we need to do, and potentially, like I said, the apology or the need to adjust things. And I do see here with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, this is, you know, our legacy. It is family, but it in reverse, I feel like something about stability here. Potentially you're feeling like your stability could be rocked, or a challenge in stability. I'm not quite sure how the 10 of Pentacles here in your mind is. Yeah, there we got the 3 of Swords. This keeps coming out here. So I feel like the back and forth here could certainly be something that you've built on, something that you've potentially think to be stable. It could be your legacy, who you've built to be yourself, because we're also seeing the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like that, or you know, coming into awareness and acknowledging the other thing here. And I feel like you're kind of going back and forth, and I don't know why it's got to be one or the other here, but I feel like it's causing heartbreak. It causes heartbreak either which way. And I feel like now it's coming in the upright, which is more painful than in the reverse. So what I might have missed when I was doing the reading is I felt there was a healing, a coming out of, but it could have just been a prolonging of a heartbreak, a prolonging of a decision here, because now I feel like choosing one way or another, I feel, is causing this heartbreak, but I feel it's because we're not accepting the full truths here. So we're causing this heartbreak. I know it's hard to accept that we're causing our own heartbreak here, but that's kind of what I'm really feeling here by not moving forward in a direction of what we're needing to do. Because I do feel like there's like, yeah, something stunted here. There's like a block, something stunted here. Let's ask Spirit for advice then here again. So in this area of the mind here for pile number 2, can we get some guidance, some further information here that will help pile number 2 in regards to making this decision, or any sort of misconceptions they're having here with the Judgment in reverse? So we have the Mother of Cups in reverse. That's the Queen of Cups. And I think we've seen every single cup suit. And we have the Page of Wands. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah, I feel there is this, with the Page of Wands in the middle, it's optimism to drive towards what we want here. And I feel like there's a beautiful energy here now, seeing the Mother of Cups. So this could be the counterpart to the King of Cups we were seeing. Somebody who you're able to give love and share love with. And it's in reverse. I feel like, you know, you're being left out in the cold and you're having to decide, and maybe you're having to be removed from, or feel removed from, a beautiful loving energy here, like the Queen of Cups. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And I feel like maybe there's a part of you that's not really able to move, or this energy isn't really able to move because of being left out in the cold. And I feel that being left out in the cold is created by whatever we were seeing there with all the conflict and the Seven of Swords, and, you know, now there's not movement, and maybe someone needs to apologize. Someone needs to come into awareness here of their judgment. So this is kind of in the mind realm, and there's a lot going on here. Let's take a look at body. Okay, so I do feel like we might get some indicators here as to where this might be impacting us, if it's in our heart space, or what we can practically be doing here to help heal the situation. But for pile number 3, Spirit, in body, do we have their present state? What is their current state here of body? Current state for pile number 3, or sorry, pile number 2. I don't know if I called you pile number 3. Pile number 2. So we have the Devil. I was picking up those addictions there. Toxic behaviors. We have the Five of Swords in reverse for body. And we have the Ten of Cups. Wow. We have the Lovers now upright. And we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. That's beautiful. And we have the Father of Wands. Okay. So I think there's something toxic here with the Devil that we can't ignore, okay? Because the Devil could be passions and desires, very strong, but I feel like here there's something toxic here, and I feel like because it's coming out in the body, it could be how our mind and how we're conflicted here in a type of a win-lose mentality here that prevents us from allowing ourselves to physically plant a seed in the 3D world of something that could physically generate to something else by choosing this option. So choosing a lover, choosing a decision that could be grounded in this world, and that could grow to a 10 of Cups, because this is two people coming together to be emotionally fulfilled. But I feel like there's this energy of win-lose, or like, yeah, it's like the mentality that I feel like there's almost this energy of stubborn ego getting in the way. That's like, if you were to apologize, you've lost. Or if you, I don't know, it's like almost seeing it almost like this game thing here. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is you also encompass this beautiful Father of Wands type energy, which is the ability to grow in your confidence and grow in your ability to make things right and step beyond any sort of past energies that were holding you back here, or that were in this type of a mindset in order to make things happen. Because I think there's a need to make things happen here, and need to make this decision, and need to plant the seed, but we're still held back by winning and losing. We're still held back by something here, but there's so much beautiful things around us here. So yeah, this 10 causing an ending, causing this 10 of swords. So I mean, we can't really move forward if we're held back by a 5 of swords here. And I feel like this 5 of swords already happened, like whatever challenging's already happened. So maybe we're still in our ego. We feel like we don't want to apologize, or if this person did something, they got to apologize to me, or like hanging on to some act in the past where we feel maybe we got hurt. So now we're allowing that to hold us back. I feel like the ending, maybe somebody's ended it with you. So now you're like, well, screw them. But maybe it ended because of something that you were doing, or maybe it ended because of something else. Like there's something here that I feel like you're kind of not really wanting to see or take accountability for. Rather, it's a win-lose situation. Somebody has to win, someone has to lose, and at all costs I'm going to not lose. So therefore, I'm not going to enjoy my 10 of cups. I'm not going to make a decision here. I'm not going to be confident enough to plant a seed here because of an ending. Something's come to an end. But again, we're needing closure. So let's ask Spirit for future state here, actually, for body. And I feel like, yeah, this is body, because I feel like you're physically held back in some way here from moving forward. Because of whatever your mind's telling you is feeding your body into not allowing it to move. And like I was explaining to pile number 1, our spirit, mind, body need to flow in tandem in order for things to progress. So if we feel frozen in spirit, then mentally and physically we're unable to move, and vice versa. If we're, you know, mentally kind of in a prison of not allowing things to flow, our body just freezes as well. So let's take a look at future state for body for pile number 2. Future state, spirits, for body for pile number 2. What is the future states? So we have the 6 of Pentacles, beautiful. We have the 2 of Pentacles coming out again. I think this is like the 3rd time. The Emperor, wow, beautiful energy. And we see the Devil yet again. Let's see what context this is coming in. 7 of Pentacles and the Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. So, getting a call, probably a telemarketer. I see here for your future state, a give and take here, okay? And the fact that we see the 2 Pentacles, this is also balance. This is balance, this is balance. I feel like there is this balanced state that you encompass here as the Emperor. I feel divine masculine energy. I feel you feel empowered. I feel like you are now aware of how you could be balanced and how you could be in a practical world here. I feel like this Devil energy in this spread of how I'm seeing it is actually quite positive. I feel like there's this determination and this need from going from an 8 of Pentacles in reverse, which was clearly not putting in whatever energies and time and dedications, to really being almost bound to putting in the energy and the effort here at all costs with the 7 of Pentacles, because this is like tending to the garden and watering despite us getting any reward from it. So I feel like you're committed to investing something here, investing here, which I feel maybe you feel is bringing balance to a situation which was unbalanced at one point. But I mean, it's still imbalanced because I feel like you are wanting to give and give, or at least be committed to at all costs here. And now I see that Pentacle on this ram or goat's head here. Yeah, as a goat, right in the middle here of his 3rd eye. So I feel like there's like this blind investment here. Now, I do feel, though, that you're more balanced for whatever reason here, and showing up as the Emperor revert or upright. That is a balanced type energy. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is you really being able to face a challenge here, face conflict, go after what it is that you're wanting. The Emperor definitely goes after what he wants. The Devil definitely gets what they want as well. So I do feel like there's something here about you physically being able to put in energy and effort towards something here, although it's not paying forward. So I don't know what this is. Are you foolishly committing yourself and dedicating yourself to something here that's not going to give you something in back? Let's see, what is this Seven of Pentacles about, Spirit? No, you're just committed to being this dedicated, committed King of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. Why is the Devil here then? This is heavy Capricorn energy. Okay, and then we got Aries here, and then we got Virgo, Taurus as well. Why is the Devil here? Is this toxic? Is this just determined? Is this passion? What is with this Devil? Six of Cups in reverse. You can't move on from a heart memory of a person, place, or thing, situation here that doesn't allow you to move on, that you're committed to, that you're dedicated to. Seeing the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, so you could definitely be, it could be your family, it could be someone you're really committed to here, a relationship, a soulmate type person you're really dedicating yourself to here in the physical realm. I mean, the Six of Cups in the upright is us having memories and connecting to people of our past and reminiscing and soulmate. This is in reverse. It's like we can't move on. We can't move forward. We're kind of held back by it. We're held back by a relationship here. So I'm assuming this is the relationship that ended. But, I mean, how can you be committing yourself in this type of an energy when it's over? So I don't quite understand this, but I'm going to ask Spirit for some clarity here around 3 cards for beautiful pile number 2. How are they not moving forward and committed to something that's ended? Can I get more information, please? Yeah, something that's ended. 10 of Swords. And now we have the Mother of Wands, which is the beautiful Queen of Wands. And then we have the Hangman in reverse. Foolishly committing ourselves to a situation here that we can't move on from because we're not getting a different perspective. Something that's ended. And this is someone we're really attracted to with the Mother of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. She's sometimes the other woman because she's absolutely beautiful. Well, she's not the other woman because she's beautiful, but she's absolutely attractive. And with the Devil here, it's someone you just are really obsessed with and attracted to and can't move away from. But I feel there's an ending here, and I feel like she's protecting something here. So are we foolishly committing ourselves to someone here that it should be over and we can't move away from in the physical world? That's what it really seems like to me. So let's ask for advice. Are you supposed to be doing this? Or are you supposed to be moving on? I mean, you're an Emperor upright, so you're beautiful energy, divine masculine, but maybe you're focused in an area that's been over here. So can we get advice for beautiful pile number 2? Are they supposed to be committing themselves energetically to this situation? Advice from Spirit for pile number 2 in regards to body and where you're physically investing your time, your energy, your effort, your physical self. Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Mother of Cups coming out again. So I feel for some of you guys might even be in some sort of a third-party situation, but I feel there's an energy here wanting to give you love. I feel like there is this loving energy wanting to come in, but I feel like it's been shut out. You're not seeing this, because I feel like you're stuck in a situation where you're giving of yourself to somebody here that I feel should have been over a long time ago. It ended, and I feel like you're not moving away from this, and this Mother of Cups is not getting your attention, and you're just shutting this Mother of Cups out. So let's see if this Mother of Cups stays, goes, or what happens with this Mother of Cups, because I feel like if you're not deciding there, you could definitely be, with that Justice in reverse, experiencing karma, in multiple ways here. So let's see, what's with this Mother of Cups? The truth of the situation is that this Mother of Cups is bringing you a balanced give and take, a balanced partnership, an honest, balanced give and take partnership, clarity. This is the truth of the situation, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you guys, maybe you're not wanting to see or accept because you're stuck in some sort of a relationship or giving of yourself, dedicating of yourself foolishly to something here that's not paying it forward, when you have a Queen of Cups here ready to have a balanced give and take. And I feel like this is beautiful energy here. Yeah, that's really too bad here. My goodness. Well, what can you do? Like, how can you release with the Six of Cups in reverse? How does pile number 2 then release and accept this beautiful Queen of Cups? How does pile number 2 release the Queen of Wands? Mother of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Nine of Cups. Yeah, so what Spirit is saying is very clear to me. In order for you to be able to have your counterpart, you're coming as that King of Pentacles there, and the Emperor, I feel like there's a need to commit here. There's a need to allow yourself to open yourself up to stability and to an energy here that is going to be caring and giving practically in a situation here, by having to release and let go of a situation that isn't bringing you the practicality that you're needing in a partner in order to get your own Nine of Cups, your own emotional fulfillment. Once you are able to see that you're not getting what you practically need in that situation, you start to feel more and more emotionally fulfilled within yourself. And then you start to see the truth and the clarity here regarding someone, a Mother of Cups, wanting to give you love, wanting to share a give and take here, partnership with you. And then you can go from this Nine of Cups to the beautiful Ten of Cups we were seeing, but I feel it's blocked. Yeah, we were seeing that in Spirit. I think Spirit was communicating to you a Ten of Cups, because Spirit's trying to knock on your door and say you have this potential here, but you're mentally pulled in, because we didn't start seeing that trap until we started getting mentally, and then after mentally, physically. So I feel physically you're really in the 3D, committing to some sort of situationship that's mentally keeping you held back, that's blocking whatever's coming in spiritually in order for you to heal. And I feel like you're needing to really get your own personal state of emotional fulfillment by letting go of a situation that isn't practically providing to you. And you are not really showing any sort of desire or interest here in a physical way here, because this is still a body to this Queen of Cups, who is wanting to provide you with whatever here is going to take you from a 9 to a 10 of Cups. So let's see. I mean, there has to be some sort of warning advice or some sort of heeding advice here if you're not acting on this, you know, right away. Yeah, Judgment. That's exactly what flew out. There's a need, and now it's upright. And that's why Judgment was in reverse. We're not seeing the truth. We're not wanting to see where there's love, where there's a give and take, where there's someone willing to share this with us, because we're too blinded. We're too blinded by our situation right now. This is like us putting our ego aside and really laying every piece out and seeing the truth for what it is in order to have that aha moment. Because if we don't graduate from this Judgment to the world that we were seeing in reverse, we never get closure. We just keep repeating the cycle from the Fool all the way back and around, because we're not wanting to see, we're not wanting to have realization. So Spirit is saying, instead of being in a reverse judgment where we're not seeing things, we need to remove our ego, see things clearly, have an awakening and an acceptance of what we see here. Because I feel like once you see it, You know, it's not that you're not able to have an inspired action here. You just don't see it because you're too wrapped up in what's going on here. So anyway, I hope this helps you. I hope this made sense. It kind of took a little spin there, but yeah, let me know how this resonated. This reading was interesting. I have a big headache. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys sort through this. Sounds to me like something should have ended a long time ago, and you're still kind of hanging on to it, which is causing all sorts of pain, unneeded pain. All right, so I will see you soon. Bye.